Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faiz Baruna Putra. I am from class 3B. Here I'm going to talk about why people are becoming idiot with technology. Okay, so before I tell you the reason, I tell the audience the reason why technology makes people idiot. We need first to know what is the purpose of technology itself. Okay, so the purpose of technology. If the proximate purpose of technology is to reduce scarcity, the ultimate purpose of technology is to eliminate mortality. So, in today's world, non-technology can replace many roles from the past, namely smartphone. We used to always go to the place for work and buy a newspaper to read news. Nowadays, it only need one technology. It is smartphone. It is smartphone. Another example, maybe for medicine, uh, people from all people they use herbs medicine, like they bring so many herbs into and make it one, and it's really complicated. But in today's, we only need some. We get it simpler. We simplify everything. So in the future, of course, it will be. I can think it's a factorial. So the more advanced technology, the less technology it has, but the more function it's in it. So that's can reduce scarcity because if we use so many resources, that resources will be more rare to find, and then eventually it will gone. So we need to simplify it so it will be in a long term and we can use it for a long time. Okay, so that is the purpose of technology for me. Okay, just we are going to jump to the reason why technology make us idiot. The first is you cannot remember what you read. A study published on ResearchGate showed that those who read a short story on paper remembered significantly more detail than those who read it on a Kindle. Lead researcher Anne Mangen, University of Stavanger, Norway, believes that the brain may use physical cues, such as the position on the page or the location in a print book, to help in the memory process. So I conclude from this statement that the more we use our sense to memorize something, the, the easier it gets for us to remember it. Like if you read it with books, you can smell the paper, you can touch the texture of the book, you can read, you can know what page, you can feel it where which part is thicker, which part is thinner. So you can remember the page, you can feel more, you can sense more if you read through a direct book. Compare when you use smartphone like this, you only can read it with just not there's no feeling when we read it, like we just read it like this. We just scroll it down, no different feeling, there's no part which is get thicker or thinner. So the way we memorize it is less than we read an actual book. Okay, the second, video games are replace reading. Even though playing video games not always having bad impact to the student, but it cannot replace the role in improving your cognitive skills compared to reading book. Nowadays, video games are widespread. People play video games from children, teenager, adults, and maybe even the older than adults people. We are using video games, especially the students. those who are still in school, we play video games often. We oftenly forget the time when we play video games. It surely have many positive impacts along with the negative impacts. But for the cognitive skill, the the basic knowledge, the general knowledge, you cannot replace video games with it because video games is fiction. While when you can read, you read books, you read something actual, you will have more cognitive skills. And the last reason by me why technology make us idiot is we are suckers for fake news. Yeah, for me, maybe this is the most important point why this topic exists is why technology makes us idiot. Because many information we can consume nowadays from the internet almost without any filter. So if we do not carefully select what we read, we can be easily deceived by the information we got from the internet. Social media like Twitter, they have really minimal filter. We can control it, of course, as a new user, but we also receiving many influence from the people we look up to, like the influencer, the public figures. They talk about something, they give their opinion about something, and then we who doesn't know that it's just an opinion, we make it as a valid argument and using it to fight against other people argument without we knowing that it is the argument valid or it's just the opinion based on nothing. So to stop the impact from fake news, we need to have filter by ourselves. We need to clarify it. We need to make it clear what is the problem, what is the news is talking about before we really talk about it. So there won't be any misleading, there won't be any misunderstanding between the real news and your opinion. Because if you process it first before you give your opinion about it, you maybe have a few more insights that even the news don't have it. So do not get easily do not be a reactive person nowadays because we got so much information in such a very short time. Maybe 1 5 second 15 second one news comes and the other, and just so on and so on, never stop. I think that's it from me. That's it why technology makes us idiot. But again, we see the purpose of technology as to help human, is to make people life easier, simpler, and more effective. So we can do much more with less energy. We can do much thing with less effort. Like we do small effort but have a big impact. That's the purpose of technology. So I think that's it from me. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.